Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Good to see you. It is time once again for some Terra Invicta. But I thought, just to kind of give people a chance to join the stream and give us a chance to relax at the start. This was a hey Nook, how's it going? This was actually a request from who was it on Discord? I can't believe I can't remember the name. I think it was Iconic Naga. I can't remember. I should have checked that beforehand. What I'm going to do is I've hooked up a game of GeoGuessr, and I figured we'll play like a round of GeoGuessr while we wait for people to join. Is there anyone else here right now? No, I think it's just me and you, but I thought I'd play a couple of rounds of GeoGuessr just because what tends to happen is I start the stream and I explain what's going on in Terra Invicta, and then 8 people join or 2 people join and I have to re-explain it to them. So I thought, let's just let the stream start, take like 5 minutes to do a thing. Hey Leoncio, how's it going? Good to see you. So we'll just start with this. We'll do like one round and then we'll jump into Terra Invicta. But this just gives people a chance to join rather than like missing the start of the stream, which is when a lot of the information gets dumped on everybody. Now, I just loaded the site up for the first time. I've never played GeoGuessr, and I'm looking at what we have here, and I'm not gonna lie, this does look like Australia. I don't know anywhere else that has the red dirt. Oh, good, you played Nebulous again. Excellent. Hey, Uber Stomp. Yeah, you got time to make some tea. We're going to play a round of this, and then we're going to jump into Terra Invicta. Now, this is National Highway 90. What is it? Well, it's not going to let me get close enough to see it. National Highway something. National Highway 95. Now, I don't know any national highways in Australia. There's also a sign here. But I don't think I can get close enough to see that side. I don't think I can actually go down this road. It looks like it's not a road I can go down. But I would guess that this is somewhere in Australia. Hey, Austro, how's it going? Just judging by the red dirt. I'm going just off the red dirt. And the fact that we've got an English named highway. I can't think of anywhere else in the world that has dirt just like this. So I'm going to go for a guess. How do I do a guess? Do I just click on the map where I think we're going to be? I think we're somewhere in Australia. Oh, I didn't actually mean to set that as my guess. I would say we're somewhere in the outback. We're somewhere... What's this road called? This is the A87. The one thing that puts me off is I don't know if anything called a national highway. National highway does make me think it could be the US. Look, it does make me think that because the roads here are not called national highways as far as I'm aware. Cam quality looks bad. Interesting. You're not... Oops. You're not seeing good quality. I mean, it's not a great picture on the street view. Okay. Don't they have a desert with reddish sand? They do. I think Utah and stuff has a desert. Let's just check America then. So if we come into... Where's Utah? Here. Over by Salt Lake City. Do they have... I think America does have national highways. Because I think this is National Highway 70. So is there a National Highway 95 anywhere? In the sort of deserty area. 15, 40. I don't think I'd ever find it. There's 80 actually. 86 is here. Further west? No, that's still 80. I don't want to spend too long on this. That's the thing. So I'm okay. There's 90. This is 95 though, and this is not deserty area. Aren't they called interstates? I think I'm gonna go with my original guess. I'm gonna say it's somewhere in the Northern Territories. Let's see how close this is. It's either like on point or we're on the wrong side of the world. These look like these look like the sort of poles you get in the outback in Australia to me. I can't read these signs, unfortunately. It's too low quality, but they look like just like the standard poles. I'm gonna go for this guess. We'll see how far off we are. Oh, I wasn't that bad. 1,726 kilometers away. So I was in the right. Look, I was on the right continent. I thought it was somewhere in Australia. I didn't think to check for. That's clearly the highway there, isn't it? This is clearly Highway 95. I should have checked for that, but whatever. We got the guess, and I'm pretty happy with that for my first ever GeoGuessr game. That's what we're going with. So if I click on this and then click on, oh, I see I've set both of them to the same one. Let's just do, don't show that. Show this. There we go. Oh, how's it going, Hubestomp, by the way, and Austral, Deliberverse, welcome to the stream. Not bad for the first time. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, let me close this down, and we're into Terra Invicta. I just need to pause the music, because we're going to go with that awesome Terra Invicta music now. And we can get started. So that was the whole point of that, which is to give people a chance to join the stream. And we'll do that kind of for every stream going forward, as I'll play a quick game of it. Yeah, Terra Invicta does look pretty different. That's the new ground view. Okay, welcome back to Terra Invicta. We're actually in a new patch. Hey, Deliberverse. Yes, it's great to have you here from the start. And from the very, very start, because I'm about to start. Hey, Teeth Mime. It was GeoGuessr just to get everyone. It was OpenGuessr, actually. Because GeoGuessr asked for a ridiculous amount of money to play it. But now we're into Terra Invicta. So we're in a new patch. The biggest thing about this patch is that nation states now have tanks and armies that reflect the hardware that they kind of use in real life. So if we have a look at the army we have here in Australia, you can see they've got an M1 Abrams. If you have a look at the army that we have in Japan, I believe they are also using the Abrams, which makes sense. Now if you have a look at what Kazakhstan is using for their military unit, I believe that's a T... It's not a T-34. Is that a T-70? Which is kind of cool. So if we have a look at what Russia is using right now, I don't know if the Russia, they do have some tanks here. I think those are T-90s that they've got there. And what else have we got? I don't think there's a lot of other stuff to show off. A lot of the European countries, we've got a mix of things here. So that's a T-80, I think. And then we've got another T Abrams here. Lots of Abrams here. I think the Brits are using Challengers. The Irish are using Abrams. Oh, we've got a high school already. Nice. Yeah, if we come down here, we've got the British. The British are attacking. What country is this? The country of Guyana. I'm pretty sure that's what's the British? Not the Challenger. Is it the Challenger? I can't remember. Anyway, that's the kind of the big thing in this patch. There's also a ton of new visual effects for space battles, which we'll hopefully get to check out in this stream, because that's where we're kind of going. So to catch everybody up, what we're doing at the moment is we are catching up with everybody else by heisting all the space stations off them. So we have one fleet. We have the fleet, not an Exodus fleet, okay, which has one ship in it, and that ship is Barnum's Pride. And Barnum's Pride is essentially a rocket filled to the brim with Marines. And what we're doing is we are... Yeah, the Russians do have T-90s, Australia, so I'll go back and have a look at them in a second. We are firing those Marines at enemy space stations. They are capturing them, and then we're trying to sell them back to them. Challenges of British tank because they were fairly challenged. Yes, I think they were challenged before Brexit, honestly. They were challenged because of... that led to Brexit. If we just quickly show the Russian tanks again, I'm pretty sure that's a T-90. It's a bit hard to see, but that's what they've got as their main tank. I can't zoom in any closer than that. But there's their tank. There's the Russian tank there. Okay. So that plan is going ahead pretty well, but unfortunately, Karen did some criminal stuff and got herself arrested, and she's carrying a... Yes, exactly, they are packed in like sardines. She's carrying a bunch of stuff that gives us plus mission control, and while she's in jail, we've gone over our mission control cap, which we need to deal with ASAP. So one of our primary goals for this stream is we are going to get these space stations that we're holding in the bin, basically. Hey TRM, how's it going? Only Austral survived. Oh my god. Our other plan is, if you have a look over here in Mars orbit, we are the only nation that currently has a space station under construction here. So the plan is, as soon as the space station is up and running and it has a space dock being constructed, is we're going to build another marine capture ship, and we're going to start capturing every mine on Mars, at least every decent mine on Mars, and we're just going to keep them. Because there's no way right now for any of the AI to stop us from doing this. They don't have a military presence in Mars orbit, and if we get our space station up and running first, they'll never get a military presence in orbit around Mars, because we'll just capture any stations they build and destroy them. So we're going to hold and take Mars, and that's going to get us back in gear. We've got a bunch of mines online, so we actually have a decent income, and we have the squad on Earth. In terms of the situation on Earth, it's pretty bad, I'm not going to lie, but I think we can make it here, in before the aliens take out that station here, probably. The servants control all of Russia. The servants control all of India. We are no longer at war with Russia and India over Kazakhstan. We do Hooba Stomp. The problem was last time we tried to trade with somebody who had hit their mission control cap, so we couldn't actually give it to them. Bigger issues right now are the situation in America. America was couped, and the servants control 3 out of 6 of the control points in America. They are currently at war with Mexico. It was best tank. The Merkava is the best tank because military hardware is ranked according to looks, and the newest version of the Merkava is probably the best looking tank. Well, yeah, it's obviously all about looks for tanks. That's the only thing that matters. We control most of the Middle East. We control Australia, which is combined with New Zealand. We also control Japan, a little bit of Indonesia, and we also control Singapore. We're going to continue working towards the Caliphate in this stream. We need to excuse me. I have a bit of water. I'm sorry that came out of nowhere. I just noticed that we have a new army, the 4th King Fahad Armored Army. We'll rename that at some point in the stream, but they are over here. What tanks does Saudi Arabia have? Those look like those look like patents? I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry about me just coughing. Sudden cough came out of nowhere. I'm pretty good for coughs and stuff. So yeah, we're going to continue working on this. We did lose a control point in Nigeria last time, and I want to get that back. So one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to try and claim that back. These will stop being destroyed in, what's the date? 16th of June, 2028. So we've only got a couple of months. It's definitely not an Abrams. The turret's all wrong for an Abrams. It looks like a generation before American tank to me. I'm not sure what that is. It could be a pattern. I'm not sure. It's weird. I would have thought that Saudi Arabia had Abrams. So yeah, that's one of our main objectives, is getting this. So what we need to do is we need to check our intel tab, and we need to check to see who isn't at their max mission control, because they're the people we can trade stations to. So mission control situation. The Resistance has tons of mission control available. Humanity First has a little bit. The Initiative has some, we're not giving them anything. Servants are massively over their mission control budget. Protectorate are close, and the Academy over. So the Resistance is our target. Does Turkey use M60 Pimp My Ride version like in real life? I'm not sure. First Rubber Barn. We're literally we're taking stations from the Initiative and the Protectorate, and we're giving them to the Resistance. Okay, so we need to find ourselves a Resistance agent that we can start handing stations over to. That's going to be Jebediah's job. So Jebediah needs to track down. I don't think we know of any Resistance agents. We don't have Protectorate agents. We don't care about those right now. So we need to find a Resistance agent. Now, we need to look in a territory that the Resistance are active in. Now, there's some stuff going on here, but that is what tanks have we got up here? Oh, look at these boys. I don't know what this is. I've never seen a tank with this shape before. This looks like a really old... This is the Egyptian tank. That's cute. And then I believe that is actually an Israeli tank, but I'm not going to spend any time looking at Israel. Turkey has little tanks. So it's quite cool to see everyone with their own little military units. That's a T-30... No, that's a T-70, I think? T-60? I think I have a Resistance agent available. What do you mean by that? I haven't completed covert. Oh, I have a Resistance. Okay, I'll check that there too. Thank you. It took me a second to catch that. Let me just check. I don't have any level ups. I do have a level up here. Let's get your admin up, because your base admin is 3. No, your base admin is 16. So we can get that up. Anyone else got any other level ups? No. Is there anything I can grab for you? We can grab Adonis Engineering. We do need to get that income up. There's some new icons here as well. Tulip Engineering has a new icon. Sakar Fortress, I think that's new. Let's just give him Adonis Engineering for now. So we got the engineering project bonus. We really need to work on that. Okay. So I think you said that there was actually a resistance agent available. No, Protectorate. So we've got Academy protected agents are all we've got available too. Hey, K-Space Marine, how's it going? Good to see you. So we're going to have to find ourselves a resistance agent. That's the first thing. Our first major objective is finding a resistance agent. So resistance, we need to look at resistance hotspots on the map. And unfortunately for us, the resistance are pretty scattered all over the place. They haven't got a good foothold. They've got a little bit in... there's no agents around here. Let's zoom out a little bit further. How are they situated? Are they situated in Africa at all? They've got a little bit of a presence over here, but I don't see any agents. What about... I think they've got a little bit in America, actually. They spent a lot of... Yeah, they've got... No, they don't have it in America. They don't in Brazil either. Where are the resistance? A T-55. Oh, yeah, that could be what it is. That weird turret. So we've got to play Hunt the Resistance Agent, or Hunt the Potential Resistance Agent. We might have to do some scanning to find them, because I don't think there's any on the board. Which is a problem. Alright, I'm going to go to this state here, and we'll get... Thaddeus hasn't got any aliens to fight right now, so we're going to deselect you. We're going to select Thaddeus. We're going to send him here, and we're going to get him to surveil this location. See if he can turn up any resistance agents for us. Just
at your service.
There's 2 resistance territories here. Now, we need to deal with this situation. Did you double check? Can you contact the resistance? I definitely can, but I will check again. So, contact. My options are Protectorate, 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 and Academy. Isn't Exodus friends with Resistance anyway? Yeah, but I can't just contact them. I need to actually find an agent. I just want to give the stations away, Austral. I'm not trying to make friends with them. They're the best target to give the stations to, or we could just dismantle them. That's the other option. But I want to try and give Humanity First and the Resistance a little bit of a leg up to help them with dealing with the problems on the planet Earth so that I can ignore it, is kind of my plan. Alright, we're going to get Names Blonde to deal with this. So he needs to... No, it's actually going to have to be Jebediah. Oh, it's got Jebediah selected again. So I want Jebediah... Does he not have Purge? Who has Purge?
Ready.
It's Names Blonde who has Purge. So I want him to purge out Humanity First from this location. I want to keep control of Nigeria.
Ready to go.
Oh, the icon's too small. Sorry, it's too small. I am playing at 1440p, but it might get squashed a little bit by YouTube. Also, I just noticed that chat is in a terrible location. Oops, that's the wrong thing to move. Let's just put chat up here. I know that people complain about chat being on screen. I am going to make chat a little bit smaller. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Chat's just going to have to kind of tuck in here. Hopefully that's okay. There's just not a lot of real estate on this screen. Okay, so we're gonna crack down this point here. What else are we gonna do? So we've got jobs for Huma and Jebediah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to surveil another location just to try and double our chances of bumping into a resistance agent. There is a resistance area here and here and here and here and here. Let's actually do a surveil here.
On Overwatch.
And then if we have a look at our unrest, we've got high unrest in Nigeria and Papua New Guinea. So we're going to send Human to Nigeria to stabilize. Let's give her a little bit of ops income. And we'll turn down that's everybody I can, because Karen is unfortunately in jail right now. Now there's still a couple of things that I want to work on. We need to have a look at our space stations really quickly. So we have 3 stations to give away. Welfare Station 1, Welfare Station 2, and Welfare Station 3. And then we have Sentinel Cloud Bank, Union Central, Space Hotel Trivago, Crucible, and Avalanche Breaker. And we really need to sort these out. They're not particularly well built, and I do kind of need to get them to Tier 2. So Central Station at the moment is a Tier 2 station with level 1 science modules. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 science modules on it. They give a 3% bonus to mission control priority. So 3 times 8 is what? 8, 16. It's been a long day. 16, 24. So they're almost at their cap. And that's all it's giving us. So there we go. It's giving us a 25% income to mission control. And that's really all that this station is giving us. Then we've got a cloud bank station. So cloud bank station is a tier 2 station I haven't upgraded yet. It's got 2 energy labs. So we can look at upgrading this. Let's upgrade the solar collectors to solar arrays. We'll do that from space. It's going to take 40 days. We want to get these upgraded and actually doing stuff for us. I want to see how many energy labs we can fit on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently we've got enough power for this. I'm not sure that we do. It should alert me if I go over, I believe. This doesn't seem right. Is it going to let me fill the whole thing up with energy labs? That doesn't seem like it's correct. I don't think it's calculating the power correctly. So each of these is going to produce 42 power. So between the two of them, they're going to produce 84. And each energy lab requires 7 power. Oh no, we're going to have more than enough power here. Okay, so that's that station moderately upgraded for now. Then we've got Union Central. It's another tier 1 station that needs to be upgraded. So it has military science labs. I'm just going to upgrade one of the solar arrays here. We'll do military science labs. So 1, that's life science. 2, 3, 4. Because we really need to get our research is just so stagnant right now. We really need to do something about it. So I want to get these up to level 2 as fast as possible. So that's a military science lab going. Now we've got Space Hotel Travago. It is another one that I've upgraded but not actually done anything with. It has life science labs. So we're just going to do the same thing. How many of these can I get down before? There we go. Now we're hitting the power limit. So we'll upgrade the solar array. And then we'll do... These are life science labs, right? Yeah, life science. We're going to need to get these to tier 3 and get defenses on them. But right now, nobody's threatening us in space. And we don't have PD sectors anyway. I have built a little web app that lets you plan stations out, but I did something to it and it got super broken, and I've hidden it in shame. But I did try and build it. Okay, Crucible Station really quickly. Crucible Station is our materials station, so we'll just quickly get that upgraded. Okay, we're at our power limit already. This isn't the most exciting thing, but it is really important. So in space, they provide a bonus to Earth. So, for instance, the material science labs, as well as doing the research, give us a bonus to our investments in something in a country. So the military science lab, for example, increases our investments into military. Space science labs increases our investments into building more mission control. So they just give you an extra bonus for building them in space. They also mean that they're fully under our control. Since we aren't actually a government agency, and we are a private organization, we can get away with things in space that we cannot get away with on Earth, if that makes sense. Now we're going to take a hit to our research while all this is building, but it's going to be worth it by the end. And yeah, that's what Stage 1 says. So, is there adjacency coherence bonus for stacking multiple? No, there's not. But there is a bonus that you can get. So each of these gives a 3% investment bonus. And to a maximum of 30. So I like to have all of them on one station so I can know, right, that's my material science station, that's my space science station. When we get these upgraded, we don't need as many of them on the station to hit the cap. So we can basically diversify a little bit more. But because we're using tier 1, because we're using tier 1 stuff at the moment, we can't do. Correct, T-Ram. That's it 100%. We are dodging ethics, right? Avalanche Breaker Station hasn't got anything assigned to it. I'm going to put Info Science Labs on it. Oh, we need to upgrade our solar arrays. So this is going to be our Info Science Lab station, as well as our main space dock for now. I'll check that in a second. Oh, we need more power. Okay, so these are all upgrading. Now let's have a look at Rapture Station. Did I miss that? Welfare, Crucible, Space. Where's Rapture Station? I don't see Rapture Station. Avalanche, Crucible, Space Survival, Union Cloud Bag, Sentinel. Although I do need to check Sentinel. Oh, Sentinel's done. Yeah, we don't have a Rapture Station. No, it's a Bioshock joke. Okay. Hooba Stomp is the right idea. Yes, you're completely right, Hooba Stomp, and it will be easier later in the game once we get tier 2 labs. But for now, I just need to stack them up. We don't really need to worry about enemy action because we're one of the main forces in space right now. Okay, now I need to check what our research is doing. So we are waiting. We've got ECM coming and transnational coordination. We could actually lay down a ship right now, and I feel like I really want to. We hummed and hawed about this last time, but I really do think we need something to ward off the servants from attacking any of our stations. So we could build a monitor. It's pretty expensive, or we could build a frigate. Our main weapons right now are missiles. We were looking at either the Copperheads or the Anacondas. Except for animation labs, you want all that in Earth orbit. Yeah. Anaconda missile bays. The thing is, the Copperhead used to be the best missile at this level. Yeah, you are confusing the hell out of me, T-Red, but it's all good. The Copperhead used to be the be-all and end-all of Tier 1 missiles. It got nerfed, but I sat and looked at the numbers between it and the Anaconda last time, and I really don't see why I would take the Anaconda over the Copperhead. It is very hard to see the difference between them. If I put them side by side in the ship, we've got... well, it doesn't actually show the details. I need to click here. So if you look in this area here, we've got 25 damage on the Anaconda, 46 damage on the Copperhead. We've got a cooldown of 5 seconds on both of them. They both do 80% damage to armor. The Anaconda has an acceleration of 14.9 Gs. The Copperhead is 18.3. The Delta V on the Anaconda is 3.8 kps. The Delta V is 3.7 on the Copperhead. Targeting range is 1,000 kilometers on both of them. And the Copperhead is cheaper to build and cheaper to reload. So I don't know why I would use the Anaconda. The Copperhead still seems to be the right choice. So I feel like we're going to make a ship that has 2 Copperheads. I don't think there's anything else we can fit on here. We don't want to use a frigate, actually. We don't want a nose gun. I want something with 2... The monitor just might be... Well, what we could do, actually, is we could go for the Copperhead missile carrier monitor. So this thing just carries missiles. Oh, I know why we didn't build a ship. Because we still have terrible drives and terrible power plants. There's no good engines that we have available right now for warships. That's what we're waiting on. We need we need to research some better engines before we build a warship. That's what we were waiting on. Okay, let me just check all of these alerts. Non-Nexus fleet is completed repairs over Station 2. And we have... Our Marines are ready for another mission, but we are so far over our cap, I don't want to submit them right now. Oh yes, we need more mission control. That should be fixed by when Karen gets out of jail. That will fix our mission control problem. Let's confirm the assignments that I set. Let's zoom out a little bit and let's unpause. Also, I can't remember what it was we did in the last stream, but we have now got a little bit of enemy alien intelligence. They are onto us. And up until now, we've been completely off the radar for them. So that is something we need to be aware of. Okay, I'm going to speed time up. It's going to be our research.
Initiating recon.
Our research is going to be really slow.
Setting a watch.
Until all those stations rebuild. Major flood in Bangalore.
Consider Mansa Musa, Mali's greatest emperor and perhaps history's wealthiest man. His African kingdom spanned over 1 million square kilometers, yet he achieved this not through conquest, but by bringing about a golden age of knowledge, construction, and culture. Chancellor Li Qingdao, addressing the UN Economic and Social Council.
So this opens up a lot of really interesting development options for research, and also they're now researching arrival law. We're just focusing on our own stuff right now. We're not trying to take over main research yet.
Things are cooling off.
Okay, electronic countermeasures has been researched. That's nice. So we can now put an ECM module on our ships. Electronic countermeasures have a 20% chance to force an enemy weapon into cooldown when this ship is targeted, with ECM effectiveness decreasing with decreased range to the enemy. Non-nuclear missiles also have a 20% chance to detonate early and do no damage. This won't work against aliens. This will only work against other humans, but that's kind of who we're looking at fighting right now. Excuse me. I'm getting ready for a space war with the servants. They're the only other real space power right now. We need a new research. We need new engines. Engines are like what we need, but I don't think we've got a lot of options. These are reactors, not engines. They do give us access to the Nerva drive and the Lars drive. I think the Nerva is pretty good, if I remember correctly. I don't know what the Lars drive is like. But if I remember, solid core fission is also a good reactor. What does this do? 40 tons, so maximum output is 2 gigawatts. And this thing has 8 gigawatts. So this is a bigger output. Yeah, I know it's good. We can't stay under the radar forever, Leon Chill. That's the problem. But I've got a feeling the servants are going to get on us pretty soon because we're doing too much in space. So solid core fission. So it's the Nerva drive or the Lars drive. Can I have a look at what those drives are like? Yes, welcome to the text tree. Lars drive. So the Lars drive has a thrust of 98,000 newtons, combat thrust of 1.5 newtons. What's the delta V on this engine? It doesn't really tell me. Compared to the, what was the other drive? The Nerva drive. Nuclear engine for rocket vehicle applications. Solid core fission design is stable for interplanetary journeys. So this is an interplanetary drive. It is not as fast. And the other was the Lars. The Lars is... I think this is more of a combat drive. I love the absolute spaghetti of the research screen. I know, like... This isn't even... The crazy thing is, there's a button here to view the full tree. Oh no, we're in the full tree right now. This is the tech only tree. Oh, yeah, this is the nice tree. This is the spaghetti tree. We're going to go for the Lars drive. I feel like that's more of a combat drive. More of a box of Legos covered in spider webs. It's why it's so scary. We're going to go for Molten Core Fission Reactor 1. The main reason I'm picking this is because of Molten Core from World of Warcraft. Okay, let's unpause. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go for Hubastomp. Hopefully it makes for a decent combat drive. That's what we've got available to us right now.
Our associates are now in charge.
Okay, we have control of Nigeria again. The resistance tried to purge Nigeria. So there should be an agent there right now. And he has been revealed because he failed his mission. Which means we can make contact with him next turn. Let me just make sure our priorities are correct. Oh, we can only set them... there we go. Stabilize and grow. We just want to make Nigeria one of the best places in the world to live. Let's zoom. That's great. We now can have someone to offload those space stations to. Okay, new turn. First thing that's going to happen, Thaddeus, there's no aliens to fight. United Kingdom under the control of the Academy and Singapore have ended their alliance. That's concerning. Oh, did the game just crash? No. That new track just came in a really awkward way. Okay, we're going to send Thaddeus. Yes. Congratulations, you've won a space station. So we're going to go talk to Satyanan Balakrishnan.
Establishing contact.
And we're going to chat to him.
Ready.
Okay. So it's now the 16th of May. There's a few things we need to keep an eye on. The first of which is... Actually, there's nothing we need to do over here. We need to start looking at when we can take over these countries here. Now, it looks like Jordan is available for capture, but we have jumped over our limit. Why are we over our limit? It's because Cairn is in jail. Damn it. I didn't expect us to jump that high over the limit. This is kind of tries to emulate that. If I increase her admin, that brings us up to 299. Is there anything here that increases admin? Because that would be great right now. No, nothing here increases admin. Oh, the Chinese Ministry of State Security does, but I can't take that. Does anyone else have a level up? Damn, we're so close to fixing this problem, but we're not there yet. And the bigger problem actually is when Nigeria rolls over, it's going to hit us hard. Why are we over cap? Jail is a kind of bummer in our plan. Yeah, it is a big bummer in our plan. So Papua New Guinea, UAE, yeah, it's... We need to bring Oman and Yemen in. I don't think we have claims to do that yet, though. You don't have any claims, do you? They've got a claim on South Yemen. Okay, so we can actually bring Yemen into Saudi Arabia, which will help us. But we can't do that for 164 days minimum. And I don't know if we've got... Yeah, we have to wait 164 days before we can do that. And I'm pretty sure Cairn... Yeah, it's her admin we're missing. That will sort this, or at least help with this problem. It means we're a little bit more likely to get purged right now, which isn't great.
Orders.
I'm going to get Human to defend the UAE.
Securing our interests.
And then we've got 2 actions left. I would love to take Jordan, but we just don't have the control points for it. So let's just focus on dealing with unrest. So Nigeria, Papua New Guinea need to be sorted out. So we'll send Jebediah to stabilize here. Make sure he's got an ops bonus for that.
We'll turn down the heat.
We'll send Blonde. Actually,
What's the up?
It will send Blonde down to Papua New Guinea. If somebody wants to steal Papua New Guinea from us, I'm not going to be that
We'll
upset.
turn down the heat.
And let's confirm assignments for the turn, and we will unpause the game. And I'll zoom out so we don't get sick. Okay. That's pretty big. The HAB module is now complete, and the space dock is now complete at Photosphere Station in low Mars orbit. Guess what that means what we can do. So we now have a fission plant. We now have an active space dock, an active space construction facility in orbit around Mars. It's time to build our second ship, if we can afford it. So I want to ship construction. I want to make sure we are at Photosphere Station. And I want to build a crash test Block 2 escort in 90 days. We need 141 water, which is going to take, needs to be sent to Mars. But in 90 days, we will have another set of space pirates in Mars orbit, ready to do some Martian piracy. I can't think of any games that have a randomized research system recently. I've played some in the past.
Protecting our interests.
Cool, that's good.
Reaching out.
Okay.
We
Hello.
appreciate that you see the threat the aliens pose, but we don't think leaving Earth is the answer.
Would you like some space stations? Why can't I give you the other welfare station? I can only give you welfare station 1 and welfare station 2. What's wrong with welfare station 3? Why don't you want welfare station 3? Yeah, a lot of people didn't like the system when they brought it in. Retort, Whiskey the Rocks, Underdark Crucible, Space Turtles. Yeah, for whatever reason, welfare station 3 is not available to give away. So we might just disassemble that one. Now, what can you give us in return? For instance, do you have any nice... any nice orgs that we could take off your hands? That's nice. Zeus Laboratories. I'm looking for anything that gives plus admin. They've got lots of plus mission control. Can we take Sirius? Yep, they'll give us Sirius products, which is great. Oh, they've got Stake for All as well. We'll take that. Will you give us a Demus? Okay, they're not going to give us a Demus as well. So that's plus 5 admin, plus 3 admin, and plus 1 investigation. Let's see if we can take some resources off them as well. They can give us money. What about some projects? You've got Nerva Drive and Dumbo Drive. They've also got Farm. They've got Solar Core Fish Reactor 5. I think we'll maybe get a nap off them as well. Yeah, okay. So we're going to take both of these and get a nap. I think that's pretty nice. Let's complete that trade. So we're no longer over our mission control total. And the thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell Welfare Station 3 to shut down. So we'll just decommission HAB. And what we're going to do is we can now equip some new orgs to people. So we're going to give Stake for All to James Blonde to continue pushing his... No, he's our investigator. That is... Jebediah is our investigator. He's going to get Stake for All. He's currently at admin 17. If we equip this, his admin will go up by 4 to 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that's a much better position for him. We also have Serious Products, which will give plus 5 admin. Who has very low admin right now? You have very low admin at 9. Your admin could be bumped as well. If we give this to you, though, you'll be at max admin. No, is max admin 25? It is 25. I'm going to give this to you for plus... So you're at 25. And then next turn we'll be able to... Have I misunderstood that? That's more investigation. That's... Okay, that's just freed up some stuff, right? We need to wait till next turn before that actually comes online. But that's great for us. We are now no longer over our mission control total, and when the turn ticks over, we'll have enough admin to cover that as well. So we can actually start doing some space piracy again pretty soon, which is pretty cool.
One would not send a swordsman to fight a tank. Neither should we voyage into the unknown armed with only the primitive tools of self-defense we cling to here on Earth.
Okay.
Director Khalid Alashkar, Investment Pitch Deck for Future Space LLC.
So we now have access to Kinetics Warfare Doctrine, which means we can now get our hands on railguns, which is excellent. Since people are really desperate for me to go Daka Daka. Okay. Money cost of direct investment just 15. That's pretty cool, but we just don't have the research for that right now.
Violence is abating.
Cryovolcanic studies. An opportunity to study cryovolcanoes presents itself. A cryovolcano is a type of volcano that erupts volatiles such as water, ammonia, or methane into an extremely cold environment that is at or below their freezing point. Cryolava is usually liquid and can form plumes, but can also be in vapor form. After the eruption, cryolava tends to freeze into a solid form when exposed to the very low surrounding temperatures, building up the volcano's conical shape. Our base Underdark on Ceres gives a unique opportunity to observe this phenomenon, and a small study is already underway. So we will gain 1,129 science just for being there. If we had 45, we'd have all these. Why can't I pay... Oh, we haven't got enough money. Okay, if we had more money, we could double that, basically. But that's now given us Molten Core Fission Reactor 1, which unlocks the large drive. We just need to wait for that to become available. In the meantime, something small that we can research that isn't going to take a lot of time. Sort by cost. This is technically rock, making water liquid rock, aka lava. That is pretty crazy. Something cheap, something in the 300s, I think, is what I want to research right now. Let's get our hands on the hydroponics bay, which we can then add to our stations to reduce the cost of shipping them waters.
Our efforts didn't have any effect.
What was that? Oh, that was Stabilize Nation, okay. Special project available. Our research development teams please report they can add to guerrilla warfare. +2 to unrest missions. Unrest increases by 3 in our nations when they are conquered. Okay. Hopefully we don't need to resort to guerrilla warfare. Okay. We've lost the security. So the servants just took control point office in Nigeria, but we will get that back. We're going to have to blast that open, but we should be able to take it. We just got all of our energy labs just got built that I queued up at the start of the stream. So our energy research is just shot through the roof, and our general research has also gone up. Okay, we are now over our control point cap. So our control point cap is now increased, which means that we no longer need to worry about our stuff being easier to break open. Looks like Japan needs to be protected. So I want to get Thaddeus. Oh no, Thaddeus has some aliens to attack. There's aliens in Amsterdam. So we're going to send Thaddeus after them.
We're going in.
We're going to get Human to defend Japan. Well, that rhymes. There's somebody in Japan, which I don't like the look of. We're going to
for my mission.
Jebediah to work out who the hell this is and what they're doing in Japan.
Surveilling target.
And then we need to do something. Hey, Naughty Chuck, how's it going? Unfortunately, you are not the first. We're going to get Names Blonde to crack down this control point. And we're going to attempt to purge it next turn. And unfortunately, Karen is still in jail. Orders. Wait, no, is she out of jail? No, she's still in jail. Okay. We're making good progress. This is looking pretty good so far. Let's confirm and unpause. We get a whole ton of construction alerts as all the rest of these space stations finish building stuff.
Securing our control.
Alien ship just left Earth orbit, which is interesting.
Surveillance complete.
Hydroponics bay has been researched. The large drive still hasn't popped. Someone mentioned space tourism as an option. I don't see it in an option here. Molten salt, battery salt, water, composite armor, institutional average, global distance network, settlement, core, ops. We could, if we were feeling... God, it just requires so much research. The Caliphate is 35,000 research. It's going to take so long for us to research that. We do want to get it. Fleet combatants gives us cruisers and battle cruisers. We're not worried about that right now. Let's look at another quick and easy research. We'll get Solar Core Fission Reactor 1 researched. That also unlocks the Nerva Drive, just so we've got both of them coming through to us. And we just want to keep blasting through this until we get our hands on the large drive. We just have to wait for it to become available for us is a problem.
We've hit them where it hurts.
Critical success on the crackdown, fantastic. That's... Brazil just had a revolution, so now it's gone from Humanity First, Protectorate Servants to the Initiative Resistance Humanity First. That's interesting. India, under the control of the Servants, has declared war on Kazakhstan, the Republic of the Southern Cross, and Japan. The defending alliance will be led by Japan. Okay, this is a really big problem. This is a really big problem because we can't send our military to defend Kazakhstan now. Last time we were able to do this because actually we may be able to do this right now. Hang on. Do we have freedom? No, they've got freedom of the seas, right? Yeah, we're blockaded. So Japan and Australia are blockaded. They cannot send troops to Kazakhstan. But we built the nuke. We have a nuke this time. At the moment, Russia isn't in the war. It is just Kazakhstan, I think. But Kazakhstan doesn't have the army for this. And I have been investing a little bit in military. And they are up to an information age military, where before they were, I think they were at a Cold War. But even so... Do we think that they will capitulate if I take them to the negotiating table again? They did last time when I built the nuke. This is the problem with island nations, or island continent nations, is I can't send my armies to defend my allies. Actually, Saudi Arabia has an army. And they can help. We need to get them to ally with Kazakhstan, though. That's cost us a ton of influence. Okay, so I've allied all of them together. Yeah. Now, can we... Whoa. Okay, so the Russians have joined the war. How do I get Saudi Arabia to join the war? I think I need to... Oh, how do I get them to join the war? They're allied with Kazakhstan. Do I need to... kind of... Yeah, I need them to just... I need them to declare war in the India-Kazakhstan war. Mad Dog Doctrine. Yeah, what is Mad Dog Doctrine, Hooper Stomp? American foreign policy during the Cold War was to look. Look at what? Crap. So we need to get Saudi Arabia to join this war, and I can at least send one army to help defend Kazakhstan. Let's send this army to help defend here. It'll take them 5 days to get there, and we're gonna have to try and negotiate with Russia. But they're mobilizing everything. I can see everything being mobilized. To any possible provocation. So theirs is 4.2. This is 3.8. What does this number mean? During wartime, a nation must have a higher naval score than the sum of its enemies' scores in each of its wars. So their sum is 3.8 plus 8.2. Okay, we're never beating that. We're never ever beating that. We may have to give up on Kazakhstan. which isn't the end of the world because I don't really need the booster in Baikonur anymore. But I spent quite a lot of time making Kazakhstan a better place to live. There's nothing I can do about it right now.
Target destroyed.
Alien forces are attacking civilians in the Brussels Legion of Belgium. So we've got really big problems. We're very close to the alien nation states coming online. Because every time this happens, the country capitulates to the aliens. And that's already happened twice, I think. I think it happens 4 times the alien nation comes online. So, the alien administration comes online. Yeah, I think you're right, Hubastomp. This may be where guerrilla warfare becomes a thing. Well, the music got epic. Okay, we've got Cairn back. That's something. Solar Core Fission Reactor 1 is ready. We still haven't got any of these drives popped up yet, though. That's really annoying. I really need these drives. I'm not doing unrest missions in the moment. Our hab modules and service plus 10% bonus to overcoming ship ECM. We don't care about any of these right now. Skunkworks is actually a very good module that we could do with. I do a little bit because most of my income is coming from Earth right now, and I can't afford for that income to be cut off at the moment. If we get to the stage where I can actually establish myself off the planet, it's different. Trade with other factions for tech. What do I trade with them, Sage One? Do I just give them more space stations? Yeah, we could do that. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I need to select a project. Let's just get nanotube armor. Well, that's really expensive. We'll get... There's something down here I saw. I'm going to get the Skunkworks researching. And what we're going to do is we're going to claim another space station and we're going to give it to someone. And we'll trade that for tech. Let's grab... The initiative has 1 space station. We have to actually make sure that people have enough mission control to grab these. Yeah, Humanity First have lots of mission control ready. So let's grab a station for thingy first. Let's grab the only other initiative station that's left. Abu Bakr 2 station. No. Let's take the Protectorate's last station. Does this thing have any defenses? Marine platoon. They put a Marine platoon barracks on it. That's amazing. That's funny as hell. I've taken all of their other space stations from them. That's obviously their answer to it. They built their space station further away from Earth than anyone else has built a space station, and they put a Marine barracks on it to stop me from capturing it. That's great. We'll take the initiative station. Let's transfer to what's it called? Abu Bakr 2 station. We'll hit the transfer. They'll head over there, and we'll do that. Okay, and now we are going to assault the hab. Take 4 days. The Space Marines are currently transiting by spacewalk to the station. No, I can't, unfortunately, Oncho. Well, I can, but I have to contact them. Okay, we've had a second revolution in Brazil. Now nobody controls the nation. Urban warfare. Armies have increased combat value when fighting in core economic regions. Okay, our Kazakhstani army is ready to defend. And we're on to a new mission. Iran and Yemen have ended their alliance. United Kingdom and the Gulf States have ended their alliance, okay. The crackdown on our control point in Nigeria has ended. Right, we need to take Nigeria back, first of all. So we're going to get Jebediah. Ready. No, we're going to get... I thought it was Jebediah.
I'm here.
We're going to get Blonde to purge out this control point.
Removing our enemies.
And then we'll protect Nigeria once that's done. Brazil is free. Brazil's one of the only free nations in the world right now. Okay. I don't have the control points to take Jordan, unfortunately. This is about to get spicy. I'm going to send Thaddeus to set national policy in Japan and see if we can form a
Heading
peace
to the
treaty.
capital.
I'm going to send...
Ready to go.
Where to?
I'm going to send Human to set national policy in Saudi Arabia to join the
way, in the
war if
capital.
that doesn't work.
At your service.
Jebediah... Oh god, there's so much to do. We need to investigate the alien activity that's going on, so I'm going to send him to do that. Karen is
Acknowledged.
finally back in action. We're going to deal with some unrest with you because there's nothing else to do right now. Get to Nigeria and deal with the unrest that we're seeing here. And make it a good roll.
Restoring order.
Okay. You have to appease them. Mistaking their station would make them hostile. Yes, it will. But I don't care. It's the initiative. Project X's Marines from not... They were defeated by initiative forces. Did they build a Marine barracks that I didn't notice? Oh, they did. They had a Marine platoon barracks. Oh, no. It wasn't Hubastomp because... Is the ship destroyed? No. But the ship probably hasn't got enough energy to transfer... which station of ours actually has a space dock? Oh, they're all on... it's not Crucible. I think it's Avalanche Breaker Station. Has the space dock. Yeah. Can you transfer... Oh, what's going on here? Can this fleet transfer to Avalanche Breaker? Does it have enough? I don't think it does. 5.3 kps. It doesn't... It hasn't got enough Delta V to transfer there. It can transfer to Crucible Station where we could potentially build something to refuel it. Let's send it to Crucible. Our Marines got beaten by Marine platoon attacks. Alright, let's have a look at Australia. Where's Earth? So, the problem is, Hubastomp, is even if we do level up Australia's army, or the Republic of the Southern Cross's army, we can't send them to Kazakhstan to defend. Because we don't have control of the sea, so we're blockaded in our port. Exactly the same problem with Japan. We cannot send the superior Japanese army to Kazakhstan because we're blockaded. So I don't really see the point in investing the points in it right now. I'm annoyed that I missed that there was a platoon barracks on that station, though. They're getting wise. Okay, we need to do something about this fleet. So Crucible Station is going to have to lose one of its labs. And we're going to have to put a space dock on here so we can refuel this ship. Which is a bit of a mess, if I'm being completely honest. Counter-insurgency operations, not what we need right now. Actually, that will help. That'll make our stabilized missions better. There's another Russian army. If we go to Astana right now, the fight will have already started. Yeah, is already a fight happening here. Two armies are currently fighting off our one Kazakhstani defense army. They're currently at 100% health. They are both also at 100%, 99% health. They're going to get overwhelmed pretty quickly, unfortunately. And we're probably going to war crime out of that as well. I don't even want to know what is going on in Brazil right now. That is the third revolution this stream. Or the fourth revolution this stream. Brazil's not having a good time.
Things are stabilizing.
Well, that's some good news. Success on that roll. Russia, under control of the servants, has declared war in Mongolia. Okay.
Policy direction complete.
Right, we're going to declare war on Russia. That gives us a little bit more of a... gives me a little bit more of a bargaining position. I'm going to move you guys to Astana. Can you actually head there? Oh, no. Hang on a second. Close this. I think you can only move armies to adjacent regions. Is that right? Why can't I... Are these the only places I can send them? Okay, I can send them to Kuwait. I think I have to move them step by step across the map. But I don't know if I can cross this territory because I'm not at war with these people. But we'll see what we can do. We are blockaded. No navy, in fact, so we can't send them by water. I've got a feeling I can't cross any of this territory. I've not really done a lot of war in this game, I'll be honest.
Mission complete.
Okay. Japan, under control of Project X, has agreed with Russia to end the India-Kazakhstan war. The two nations will next be able... So, I've ended the war. It looks like they're going to keep declaring war on us, but because we have a nuke, we just need to jump back in there and say, hey, we have a nuke, stop fighting us, and they will give up and end the war. So Kazakhstan is safe. Alright, we need to send the Kazakhstani army home. Army, go home. We need to do the same thing for this army, but we can't. We actually think I can just tell them to come back here. Head back to Jeddah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, basically. Okay, TRM's right. We need to use international water to do that. All right. God, that was a crazy set of turns right there.
We're in control here.
And we got the control point in Nigeria. Excellent. That was a quick war. Yeah, it was. Kazakhstani army managed to hold off long enough for us to end the war. I wonder. Excuse me. It would cost us some income, but we could actually just move all of our armies to Kazakhstan so that they're available should that happen again. Because at the moment we're not blockaded, so I could. Oh no, I can't move them here because they have to cross through enemy territory. So there's not actually. I could put them on Saudi Arabia. Hey, Mishaps, how's it going? Things are wild as always. We'll just leave them as they are. Okay, so we need to do a declare. We need to do a defend interests mission in Nigeria, which is finally ours.
Protecting our interests.
We also need to do a defend interests
Ready.
in Yemen. No, in Oman.
Securing our control.
And in 118 days, we will be able to bring Yemen and Saudi Arabia into one country. I have something under construction, Mishaps, but I haven't built it yet. It should be popping up pretty soon. We have another pirate ship under construction. However, the AI is getting wise to our piracy and is putting marine barracks on its space stations. What else have we got? Okay, let's have a look at... This is a turn when we can just take a second to take stock of the world. So we're going to put down unrest in Nigeria, Papua New Guinea. So we're going to get Thaddeus to do that in Nigeria.
We'll make things safe.
I will get Jebediah to do that in PNG.
Restoring order.
Blonde.
Standing by.
Yeah, they won't have time to build barracks for the mining outposts. I should have been quicker to hit those stations. They must have built those as soon as they put them together. It takes much longer for them to get resources over to Mars, I hope. I'm also going to just keep stabilizing Nigeria, I think. I will make sure that all of Nigeria's priorities are on stabilize and grow right now. And I think we're good for there. Let's confirm assignments and we'll unpause. Okay, that's fine. They're back. Oh, we got attacked. You missed. Russia declared war on us again, but we ended the war instantly, pretty much.
Securing our interests.
That's pretty cool. Seeing these comments out here. Two new alien base, new alien order. Okay.
Is returning.
Aliens are building up.
Things are cooling off.
Stabilizing is going well.
Order is returning.
European Union under control of the nation and Austria. So Austria has joined the European Union. And Russia has declared war on Uzbekistan. As long as they know not to declare war on Kazakhstan, which is ours. Okay, that was a pretty quick turn. Iran and Saudi Arabia ended their alliance, and that's it. Okay, we need to defend. I thought I defended Oman last turn. Oman should be defended. Yeah, Oman is defended. That must be a holdover. So we need to defend Kazakhstan, the Republic of the Southern Cross. Okay, so we'll get Thaddeus.
Acknowledged.
Thaddeus can't defend. We'll get
What's the op?
Human to defend the Republic of the Southern Cross.
Making things safe for
We'll
our
get
people.
Cairn to defend
I'm here.
Kazakhstan.
Making things safe
Now,
for
what is
our
our
people.
focus right now?
Ready to go.
We have a little bit of control point cap available, and I keep noticing that Jordan is here, and it is in a bad state. Each of these control points is worth 4.46, so to get both of them, we would need, what, 9 control points? We have enough control points for that. We're going to take over Jordan. We have the skills for that. I could probably purge these pretty quickly.
Ready for orders.
So I want to send Blonde up to Jordan to purge out that
Terminating
control
the
point.
opposition.
Standing by for orders.
Now Thaddeus and Jebediah
Where do
need
you need
something
me?
to do. Let's see if we can find ourselves a humanity first agent. Because we can give them a space station if we do. Is there anywhere that looks like there could be a humanity first agent? Yes, this guy down here, he could be humanity first. Let's check him out.
Target.
And then we'll
Ready to
get
go.
Thaddeus. I don't really know what to do with Thaddeus right now, so we'll just put down unrest in Nigeria.
We'll restore peace to this
Okay,
nation.
that'll do for that turn. Let's clear these notifications, and let's confirm assignments, and let's unpause. Okay, we can now research the Nerva drive, which is not the drive that I wanted to research, but it is a drive. Skunkworks is about to complete, so we'll do that when Skunkworks is finished.
Securing our control.
Okay, Crucible now has a space dock, which means we can refuel and rearm our poor Marines after their first ever defeat. And space. Okay, Welfare Station 3 is on its way to being decommissioned, which is good. The Nerva drive. I think the Nerva drive is is an interplanetary drive. It's one of the early interplanetary drives where we can get to the moon and Mercury and Venus and stuff. I don't think it's a good combat drive.
Protecting our interests.
Skunkworks is completed. Excellent. So now, I mean, we can look at the Nerva drive here. Where is it? Where's Nerva drive? Why can't I? There it is, Nerva drive. So the Nerva drive is nuclear engine for rocket vehicle applications. Solid core fission design is suitable for interplanetary journeys. Very efficient, good. Yeah, the thrust is the problem. This is not a drive for combat. We've got a combat thrust of 882,000 newtons, an exhaust velocity of 8.09 kps, which goes at a rating of 3. It doesn't tell me the delta V here. Oh, this is the sorry, I'm looking at the different drives. So Nerva Drive 1, for example. I'm going to grab it because we need an interplanetary drive anyway, and we'll get it researched pretty quickly. But we really want that Lars drive.
We've got some intel on our target.
Okay, Non-Exodus fleet, okay, has been repaired. So let's send it to go and steal somebody else's space station. The initiative is currently off limits. There's not there's not really any options in Earth orbit anymore. It's the initiative, the protectorate, the servants, or the resistance. Those are the only people who still have stations in Earth orbit. We've managed to get rid of everybody else. Yeah, that's true. Mishaps. We'll research it and see what we can do with it. That's the best we can do. Pour one out for Chaos. Yeah, indeed. Pour one out for Kerbal Space Program 2. That's a really sad loss. Now there is stuff going on at Luna, but I can't send them over there. They can't make that transfer. What the hell is this? The Initiative have built Pedro de Alvaro Station all the way out here. Hydroponics, Solar Collector, Xenology, Solar Collector. What is that space station? Take one and ransom it back. I don't want to make them angry with me. That's the problem. So the factions that I'm feeding are Humanity First and the Resistance. I actually want them... I want to supply them with stuff. I don't really want to go to Space War with the servants right now, but it's starting to look like that's my only option. Oh, there is an Academy space station here. The International Space Station is also still in Earth orbit. We could take the International Space Station off the Academy. Who cares about them? What is this thing doing? This is all Xenology Labs.
Okay, they'll be up in a minute. Slides, machines are going to power defense now.
Do we take the International Space Station off the Academy? do we pirate this? With a Nerva drive, I could make that transfer. I think we're going to give the International Space Station to humanity first. Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to steal the space station. Where's... Excuse me. Can they actually make that transfer? Oh my god, they can make a transfer out to that... No, we're doing this. Okay, we'll do... Hey, Demonicus. We could take Pedro de Alvaro Station, which does not currently have a marine barracks. Yeah, I didn't notice this before. This thing has a defense value of 2. This is a defense value of 6. That's why we lost it. Although, why does it even have a 2? Okay, all of my stations just have negative these. Hey, squad as well. How's it going? Check if it has the barracks. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. No, it's all under construction. They haven't even finished building it yet. We could totally take it. We could totally take it. We're taking it. Screw the initiative. They do not get to establish themselves in space. We're giving this to humanity first. No. Fleet, I would like you. Hang on. Sometimes it gets a bit funny about them being selected. Why can I not select the fleet? Oh, it's because I've got this. And then I unselect this. And I click on this. I click on... Oh my god. The game is not liking what I'm doing right now. There we go. Transfer to Pedro del Alvarado Station. Now, don't worry that you don't have enough fuel to come back. If you fail this mission, it's a one-way trip. So you better win this one, Space Marines. Good luck. Godspeed. I love our Space Marines. Our Space Marines are the best thing we ever developed. They are just doing so much work for us. They are dragging us out of this gravity well. One Space AK-47 at a time.
Things are stabilizing.
That's good. That's a long transfer. It's taking them a while to get there. Nerva drive is now available. Okay. What are we going to research? Solid core fission reactor 2 is available to research. And Russia has declared war on Georgia. Okay, let's get something researching in the meantime. Let's just get the molybdenum pipe radiator. I don't know if it's any good or not. I'm just going to start kicking stuff up. What's happened in the last 70 minutes of the stream? A lot has happened, Demonicus. We have taken Nigeria back. We went to war with Russia again and ended the war. I sorted out a lot of our income problems. We're looking at taking over Jordan. Brazil had 4 revolutions. We failed to take over a space station. I think that's everything. Nerva rockets have now been researched. So let's see what we can do with that. So, if we put a Nerva engine on this boy, and we fill up the rest of it, so we've got a solid core fission reactor, we've got a battery, that's the only thing we can put on here, we've got a titanium radiator. Then in terms of utility modules, we can slap on some ECM. We'll put a magazine on here to give it some more ammo. We give it liquid hydrogen containment. Oh no, I don't think this does anything actually, because this needs requires a drive that uses hydrogen. I don't think this uses hydrogen. This is solid core fission, so this does nothing. We could put a heat sink on here. I don't think we need one of those. We could put vectored thrusters on here. Extra rotational thrusters provide 1.5 million additional newtons of force, allowing quicker ship rotations. I don't think we need those. Hey, Winter Wolf. The war is... Oh, Nerva does use hydrogen. Okay, then we want to use these. We want to put one of these boys on here. Cool. In a crowded spacious environment, a mini weapon would be more efficient than rifles. Yeah, but these Space Marines are pretty crazy. So this is our gunship that I'm thinking of building. It's got 4 Copperhead missiles and ECM, and its role is... let me just auto-design the armor. Oh, I can't auto-design the armor. Interesting. Armor... we've got boron carbide, silicon carbide, titanium or steel armor. I'm just looking at figures per ton here. 415 extra damage from particle weapon X-rays, and 72 extra damage from weapon. No one's got particle weapons right now. 25 bonus. This is the boron carbide should be pretty good right now because everyone's just using guns. So if we want a decent amount of armor on the front, say we'll go for 10, we'll go for 8 on the rear, and then maybe 1 in the middle. We can't afford to armor this up too much. Now we need to support the engines. If we just go for 6 Nerva drives is the most we can put on here. We need to make sure it's got enough cruise delta V to break Earth orbit. Oh, it's not looking good. The Nerva drive just doesn't have that cruising speed that we need. I mean, I'm putting so many repellent tags on here. Oh, new Telldriver's trailer dropped. Awesome. I'll check that out after the stream. Yeah, this is not working. We're not going to be able to build this ship with a Nerva drive. We need the Lars. This thing is for interplanetary journeys. High thrust, low exhaust velocity drafts tend to be open cycle. We're just not getting enough delta V here. It needs 8. The ship needs 8 delta V to make an Earth-Moon transition. At 6.4 kps, it can probably put around Earth. For instance, it could go from Avalanche Breaker Station to... Yeah, it could make it around. It is being built in Space Squall. What I mean by breaking Earth's orbit is getting from Earth to another area, like to another planet. We could build this ship, and it could do stuff in Earth orbit. None of you got magnetic boots or rapier in the Thursday pack. I would love to write some stories about our Space Marines. So let's just drop this. Like this is if we go maybe to 5 armor and 3 armor on the rear. Say we set it to 6.5 kps. That's still so. Look, we're using 723 water. 300. The requirements for this ship are insane. It is so primitive indeed. I think we're going to wait for the Lars drive to become available. This thing is not ready for combat. We still don't have the right technology for space combat vehicles. The drive, what we could do is we could... hang on, clear designer. We're going to come back to this later. If we go to the crash test block 2, and I go to upgrade, and we change this out for a Nerva drive... Oh, I need to change out the power plant as well. So we put this in. We put in a power plant like this. We now have a ship that could make it to the moon. And that's an interesting proposition. So let's up the engines. What do we need for a moon? A moon transfer, I think, is 8 kps. I think if I do... excuse me. If I do Avalanche Breaker to... That's Mercury. There's 2 space stations in orbit of the moon. Sierra 5 and Alpha 2. So if we make that, it has enough delta... So it needs 8... It needs 8.5 delta V to make that transfer. It currently is just under. It should be able to make... It needs 9 kps, which is what we're at. 9.5 kps. Okay. We can now make the transfer... It's terrible, T-Ram. It's so bad. I can't put any guns on... Oh, I could put some guns on this ship, actually. We could put some 40mm autocannons on here. Just in case. You know. Just in case. Give the Marines something to do on the way. They could just shoot the guns into space. I could also do that, mishaps. We could make a smaller ship. But I think I'm going to wait for the large drive anyway. We will need a little bit more fuel. But I think it's worth it, right? Because the Marines will have a gun now. And giving the Marines a gun, I think, is a big deal. This does also constitute that it is now a warship. It's still very expensive. The question is do we want to send the Marines to Mars? Also, it has no armor at all. So the guns are probably useless. Because as soon as it gets into a fight, it will be destroyed. I'm going to save the design as a crash test block 3. We should have done it. That's fine. It don't need to get to the moon. But let's just quickly check those stations that are orbiting the moon. Do either of them have... Oh, is that... No, this is a fleet. Oh, no, we can't do this. There's a war fleet here. The Academy of... So, that's a Crab-class corvette. Wait. Are the Academy and the servants having a space war over the moon? There's no space stations over the moon. It's just these two fleets. Is this a space war that we had no idea about? Do we get notifications when other factions have space battles? Because this looks... No operation assigned. Sounds like we need to get our own defensive fleet on that. Yes, we do, but stop. That's why I'm desperately trying to get this engine. Okay, we're not going to build this ship yet. We need the Lars engine. Let's unpause and just continue playing for now. Okay. We can now assault this hab, which is hilarious. They got their hydroponics bay online, so everything has now been built, but we should be able to assault them. 93% chance of success. The Marines have been dispatched on their furthest from Earth mission so far. Indonesia has completed a nuclear weapons test. Okay. The small tank already weighs 70 tons, isn't well protected from all sides. I know. The armor in this game gets heavy as well. Alien forces are attacking civilians in Glasgow. Do they know that they're aliens, or are they just local Neds? Authorities are pledged to seek consolation with the enemy. So, we're really close to the alien administration going live, everybody. It's going to be a big game-changing moment. Our regional development teams are pleased to report they have overcome a significant uncertainty now to take the Daring Cap Road project. So that helps Panama, Bogota. Well, it doesn't help us.
We've removed some threats.
Pedro de Alvaro Station captured by Project Exodus. Okay, we need to build a space dock here really quickly. What's been damaged? Oh wow, they took the station and they only destroyed one module. That's pretty impressive. Agents are doing great. Okay, let's swap this out for a space dock. We need more power. That's going to be annoying. So let's just add a... We'll change the Xenology Lab into a solar collector. That should be enough power to recharge. And then once that's done, we can send our Marines back to Earth, which is all the way over there. So they've come pretty far. I'm pretty impressed with them. Well done, Marines. Screw the initiative. Control. We have lost the executive control point in Papua New Guinea to humanity first. That's fine.
Every form I have to fill in. Every arse I have
quantum
to kiss.
computing's under
Every
research,
safety
and that just gets us a bunch of of nations breaking up. Oh, confirm assignments. Okay. Now I thought I was doing a crackdown in Jordan. Did that not happen? Oh, okay. We did manage to purge Jordan. Excellent. Well, first things first. Can you purge out the other control point in Jordan, please? I will bring that under our control.
Targeting the opposition.
We still have 87 days until we can bring Yemen under control of Saudi Arabia. Things are looking good here. We have no countries currently not under control, under protection. We did lose Papua New Guinea, which I guess adds it to the Humanity First collection of Pacific Island states, which is fine. So what are we going to do this turn? What is our plan right now? I think it might actually be a turn for going to ground. We've got some alien activity to investigate in Glasgow.
We'll recon the site.
I think Human is going to go to ground this turn.
Reporting in.
Jebediah is known to the aliens, which is really bad, so he is going to go to ground. We're going to send everyone to go to ground in Australia, because the Outback is a great place to disappear. Silent. Then we've got... Blonde is doing his job. Cairn is also going to go to ground. We're just going to spend a turn basically hiding everybody in Australia.
Going off the grid.
Because they're all a little bit... Legislative Gears taught me that border actions are carried by Marines wearing power armor and carrying two-handed battle axes. That's what our Marines are doing then. If you have very efficient engines, which Expanse does, and you build your ships in low-gravity worlds, I don't see any reason why you couldn't pop a few thousand tons of concrete on a spaceship as armor. The problem with hunting aliens right now is... My next mission is to kill an alien, and once I do that, that's declaring war on the aliens. I don't want to do that just yet. I want to get a space fleet sorted before we get to that stage, Squall. So we're in a little bit of an interim phase right now where we're just waiting for our research to catch up with our ambition. And then once that's done, we'll be in a good state. But our research is really, going slow. at the moment. Global command structure, control point management capacity by 40. That's great. Oh, who just left Earth? Was that?
Going into hiding.
Perth does not look like that, just FYI.
Initiating deep cover.
Neither does Darwin. Darwin definitely doesn't look like that. I have been to Darwin. Doesn't look like that. Do you have the investigating espionage capabilities to kill an alien? That's the other thing. We need to level up a lot higher before we
Going
can do
into
that.
hiding.
Brisbane doesn't look like that either. I was at Brisbane last week. 2 weeks ago. Oh, no. Another orbital breeze strike. It's about to strike Crucible Station. Improves armor for modules. Pay 50... Yeah, I'll pay the resources. Materials lab destroyed. Okay, we need to rebuild that. We need to get some point defenses for these places under construction. We'll also replace this back with a materials lab. Snowy Perth, Darwin, and Brisbane. Exactly, Bethwyn. In the snowy hills of Perth. Let's actually have a look at our councillors for a second. Okay, nobody has a level up. So we need high investigate, and we need high espionage. So our investigation, our highest investigation is 15, and our highest espionage is 11. So we really need to work on bringing that up. I need to start spending more time keeping an eye on this, now that we're in a position where we actually do something about it. Wow, Rastaban rocketry is good. That's nuts. Yeah, let's just grab that. But I'm a little bit off focusing on that right now. Whoa. Okay, zoom out. Regime change in Guyana. Fortunately, the United States have imposed a new governing regime in Guyana, so they've put the servants in control of it. Monobidium pipe radiators have been researched. Still don't have that drive available. It's really annoying. The research for it has been done. We just can't access it. And that's really frustrating to me. Like, we have completed the necessary research for the drive. We're just waiting for the game to roll a dice to say that we can now finish researching it, essentially. And it's taking forever. Like, it's taking so long to get this. Is compass and armor worth it? Or do I want to just go straight for nanotube? It's going to take forever to research nanotube, though. Isn't the graphene battery... What was the amazing battery that was like, you never need to replace this? Was it the graphene or the quantum? I think the graphene is a really good battery. We might as well just get that on the roll while we wait. Oh, what was that alert? Oh, thank you for following Fiery Boy. Quantum? I know the quantum is the best, but I'm not going to be able to research the quantum right now. It's going to take a really long time, so I thought I'd go for something in the middle. Okay, Molten Core Fission Reactor 2 is available, which gives us a chance at the teardrop drive, but only an 83% chance of the teardrop drive. Meanwhile, we're still sitting here with a 100% chance for the large drive, and that still hasn't hit us. Sometimes you just need to bitch and moan until the game gives you what you want. There's the large drive project. We're going to dump the graphene batteries project. We're going to put the large drive on and see how we're going. Have I taken down an alien yet? Not in this campaign. We are not in a position to do that yet. We had a really bad start, and we are slowly clawing our way out of the terrible, terrible start that we had into the where we are now, where we're reasonably established in space, but we don't have a combat fleet yet, and our agents are not in a good place to actually track down an alien. So that's kind of our next thing. It's a whole story. We got stuck in a war for like 5 years, and yeah, a lot of bad stuff happened, and we've been basically using space piracy to get back into the game. Just throw a rock or something. India has joined the Russian-Georgia war against Georgia. How many hours in are we, Mr. Unimport? Oh god, that's a really good question. This is the 10th stream. Each stream is about 2 hours. So about 20 hours into the campaign. It's 2028 is where we are.
Here's what we found.
Cool. We investigated the aliens in Glasgow. The alien administration is about to go live at any minute.
We are in control now.
Cape Republic, I'm not really that worried about that. Fragmentation, whoa. Viper missile bays might be interesting. That's for Hydrolux fragmentation warhead missiles. We could have a look at those as an other option for copperheads. Rapier to spaceship would be awkward, which is why my original weapon description was shotguns, SMGs, and the occasional swords. Yeah, it's been a bad start, honestly, but I'm enjoying trying to bring it back. The hope is that we are going to control all of Mars very soon. We're putting these Marines on a spaceship with a solid fuel main engine that can barely make it to a different spot in orbit and needs to refuel at a capture station just to make it back. That is correct. That is I don't think we have high-tech dedicated combat armor. No, they are just jumping from the spaceship to the space station. That's how our Marines work. Okay, this is probably a turn we need to think about. So we should now have Jordan under our control. Yeah, Jordan is under our control. So let's get Human to defend Jordan.
Protecting our interests.
We still need to wait 72 days before we can start bringing the other states into the Caliphate, or the beginning of the Caliphate. What else have we got going on? There's nothing we can currently add to the Republic of the Southern Cross. And there's nothing we can currently add to Japan. So Nigeria has claims on Biafra. Where is that place? Mali, Chad, Cameroon. I wonder where that state is that they have a claim on. Can I click on the state to get there? Oh, it's part. Okay, it's actually part of Nugjoy there then. So we can't start. We need the tech to really start expanding our Nigeria claims out. So what do we want to do this turn? What's our unrest situation looking like? Nigeria's unrest is up, Jordan's unrest is up, so we'll spend a little bit of time dealing with that.
Standing by.
Let's get Jebediah to just check Cairn's loyalty.
We'll see what they're
for
up
a
to.
turn, because I'm a little bit worried that it's very low.
Your orders.
We'll get Thaddeus to put down unrest in Nigeria.
We'll turn down.
We will get Blonde to put down unrest in Jordan.
Ready for orders.
Jordan is here.
Your orders.
Oh, Jordan up here, right? That makes sense. Stabilize up here. That's Syria. We don't own Syria. We own Jordan. Perfect.
We'll make things safe.
And then Cairn. What do I want to do with Cairn? I think we'll just keep putting down unrest. And we'll keep pushing the unrest down in Nigeria for now. The enemy space station crew might not be in space station 2, so venting the station might be helpful.
We'll make things safe.
Don't even want to think about what they're actually doing to take these stations. It's probably very low tech. They may just be drilling a hole in the station and letting it pop like a can. Let's just not think about it, especially because multiple hand modules get destroyed. Okay, our space fleet in Mars should be ready pretty soon. And that means we can get going on taking over more mines to get more resources, which means we can bootstrap an actual space fleet when it comes online. Breakup of Pakistan, I don't interested in that.
Person of interest surveilled.
What was her loyalty?
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
Laying the
Okay,
groundwork.
Cairn's loyalty is 15. That's not too bad.
Order is returning.
Yeah. Okay.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
We liberated them. Okay. Russia. Every time when this pops up, I'm worried they've declared war in Kazakhstan again. So Russia under control of the service declared war on the Lower Guinean states. Can you imagine the traditions these guys have? They're still the first Space Marines. I don't count the ones that just have barracks. Okay, we can finally refuel our Space Marines. And then we're going to give this station to humanity first to do with whatever they want. Oh, Iranian separatism. No, I don't want to break stations up. They could do that too, Ms. Abs. That's right. Yeah, oh, there's so many things you could do without having to actually get into the station. China's an open control point. Has anyone actually grabbed any control points in China yet? I haven't been paying attention. China is still under Chinese control. 40 control points to take one of its control points off them. No, destroying the space station is the hard part. Yeah, you're right. Destroying it's the easy part. Okay. So let's find ourselves a humanity first agent. There was one in Indonesia last turn, but they have moved on. I don't think I can contact any just off the bat, can I? No, just servants and protectorate. So we need to find a humanity first agent. So there's a guy in Canada. Who controls Canada? He's probably not humanity first. There's a person in Honduras. There's a person in London, and that's really all we've got to work with. We'll try the one in London, though I seriously doubt that he's going to be humanity
Tracking
first.
target. Where to?
And you're fighting over the outside of the space station rather than the inside of the space station. And we haven't researched yet. China is still independent of the Illuminati.
Your orders?
What else do we want to do this turn? We've taken Jordan. Unrest is getting under control in Nigeria and Jordan, but I'll just probably push them down for another turn. We may actually just want to start searching for an alien, if I'm being honest.
Standing by.
Where do you need me?
Ready for my
There
mission.
might be aliens in Glasgow. That could be an alien right there. Let's find
Ready
out.
for my mission.
50% chance. Interesting. Jebediah has an 80... No. I don't need to investigate Jebediah. Jebediah, if you investigate... Yeah, okay. This guy actually has a quite difficult chance to be investigated,
Eyes on target.
which leads me to believe that
Where
it
do you
could be
need
an
me?
alien.
Acknowledged. We'll restore peace to this nation.
Ready.
Ooh, that camera just jumped all over
Acknowledged.
the place.
Restoring order.
I told her to
Ready
go to the
to
wrong
go.
country. Okay.
We'll restore
So we're bringing down
peace
the
to this nation.
unrest there. We're waiting for this fleet to finish building. We're waiting for the large drives to finish researching. And then we can start actually getting some new stuff on the board. Now that your filament radiators are available for research, we can check those out later. Okay. We now have access to the large drive. I want to get the Hydrolux fragmentation missiles researching. And I want to have a look at what our ship design looks like with the large. Now, is it possible that the gunship is just a little bit too large? No, the gunship's the smallest. This isn't a gunship. That's a gunship. This is an escort, which is what we are currently looking at as the ship to carry these missiles. So we're looking at copperheads. Where are they? So 2 copperheads. We were looking at the large drive. We wanted to use the molten core fission reactor because that's the engine for this. We have to use the only battery we have available at... Oh no, we don't... Do we not need a battery? Okay, we do have a battery. Radiators. We now have access to molybdenum pipe radiators. Heavy heat resistant molybdenum fins contain metallic vapors are cooled to liquid as they circulate. 222.2 tons per gigawatt waste heat compared to 181 and 400. So aluminium fin is the better one, but these are more durable when deployed. Let me check those out. You don't want heavy radiators. Are they very heavy? I didn't check their weight. How can I check how heavy they're going to be? You don't need a ton of heat dissipation. You have DV issues. Yeah, I can't tell how heavy these are, though. I know one way to do it. I can just add this and check the mass. So that adds about 40 tons. That adds about 40 tons. Okay, they are actually the lightest ones. For utility modules, we're going to add ECM and a magazine. And then that's all we can put on here. So we're looking at we need some armor as well. Not a lot. I was going to go with a boron carbide. It's the thickest armor per ton we can get our hands on. So I'm going to put maybe 3 tons of armor on the front of the ship, 1 ton on the side, and maybe 2 tons on the back. It's going to have to be very, very light. This thing currently has a cruise acceleration of 5.2. We need to add some propellant. I'm going to go for 6 engines. But taser weapons might be good, yeah. Okay, this has enough Delta V to make it to the moon. If we put enough propellant tanks on here for maybe a moon and back trip, that means it can do a pretty good job around Earth. 10 kps is actually really good for around Earth. I don't need this to be an interplanetary ship. This is a ship to fight off the servants when things go loud with them. What are our thoughts on this? 10 kps, it's got a cruise acceleration of 17.1 millig's. It's not that expensive to build, 144, it's actually pretty cheap to build. I think I'm pretty happy with it, if I'm being completely honest. It's not the best ship ever. We're going to build some escorts for it. We'll maybe bump up the KPS so it can make it to the moon and back in case there is nothing there. So we need over 16 KPS for that. How much is that going to cost us to build? So if I just give it a little bit of extra. So we've got 18 KPS now, so it should be able to make us from the moon and back. It's going to cost quite a lot more because we're adding more propellant tanks. But I think as an early game missile carrier, it should be fine. This is a Gen 1 for sure. We did a name for the class of ship. It's definitely not a troop carrier, I'll tell you that much. It is a space superiority ship. What do we think? Name for the ship. I almost want to make it something piratey themed. We could call it... I've got the naming list for the actual names of the individual ships, but I like to use the stream for the names of the classes of ships. So if anyone has a suggestion and you want to throw it into chat, that's probably what we're going to go with. As long as it isn't rude. Hey Diamond, how's it going? The Dark Pearl. Okay, T-Rub got there first with the Dark Pearl class missile escort ship. So we're going to save that. That's fine. We're now going to build a gunship to protect it. Oh, I don't want the nose gun. I don't want this nose gun. I don't have any good nose weapons. So we're actually going to build another escort. In fact, what we're going to do is if I go back here and I upgrade the Dark Pearl, we're just going to knock these off. And we're going to throw on, because you all want them all, the 40mm autocannons, okay? And this thing's job is to do pickups. Now, it doesn't, weapon can't be changed in different classes. That's a shame. I'm gonna have to rebuild the ship from scratch then. So we're gonna have to design ship class. Okay, let me do this. So this is an interdictor. This needs its own name. It's not a Dark Pearl block tool. So I need another name for this designer ship. Honest, nice work getting the garden done. I'm very jealous that you've got the time to do that. The Black Spot. So we've got the Dark Pearl and the Black Spot. Nice one, Winterwolf. Okay, so I'm thinking one of the missile carriers and two of these ships. Now, we have no water right now for some reason. I'm not sure where all our water has gone. Monthly iron income is 811. Where did all of our water go? What did I spend our water on? Oh, hang on, first time, Meryl. We've got some. I've got someone I need to block and report on Twitch. Give me 1 second. Alright, that's them removed and blocked. This is the problem with having Twitch open, is you very rarely get anything but spam. The Dread Pirate Calstag would approve of the event horizon. Okay, so I want to build one of each of these, but it's going to take us a while because we haven't got the water right now. It'll cost us boost, but that's fine. But we still got 84 days remaining on the Crash Test Mark II. Why is that taking so long? It must have needed to get all the water. That might have been what the problem was. So I want... one Dark Pearl, and then I need 2 Black Spots. That's going to cost us quite a lot of resources. The water is going to be a big issue, but we'll let that tick over. So we actually have a war fleet underway, and once we've got that, we will be able to start challenging the servants for their space stations. I think that'll be pretty funny. Okay, that's another bunch of... Okay, that's a bunch of stuff. That stuff finished. Cool. Oh, I know where all our water went. Our water went into refueling this fleet. That's where all of our water went. That's where it's all gone. Oh, thank you for following Yimmy. Easy, just demon core and a screwdriver with you. Save the station and not save the enemy. Probably not safe for you, but space crown eaters probably don't care. Our passion for learning is our tool for survival. Definitely endgame and Terra to surprise me. Oh. That's cool.
I have new information.
Okay, who did you find, Jebediah? Are they... No, that's an academy. Well, we could give it to the academy. That would be quite funny. Yeah, we'll probably just end up giving it to the academy. Are the academy at their mission control max? They're way over there. Yes, they are over mission control max, so we can't give it to them. Damn it.
Violence is abating.
Things are stabilizing.
Good.
Order
Stabilization.
is returning.
Order is returning.
Lots of probes getting launched at the moment. A lot of probes. Okay, we've got an alien fleet in low Earth orbit. Nothing I can do about that. Alright, let's just... So we need to defend Saudi Arabia, and we need to defend Singapore. Let's get that done first before I forget.
Ready for orders.
So
What's
Human
the op?
will defend Saudi Arabia,
Protecting our interests.
and we'll get names...
Standing by
Can
for
we get
orders.
Cairn to do it? Yeah, we get
Your
Cairn
orders.
to defend Singapore.
Acknowledged.
What is your priorities?
service.
You're working on Unity and funding, okay. Oh, hey Adam, how's it going? Good to see you. Things, you missed a lot of space heists, actually. Are we in the middle game? Are we in the middle game? No, I think once we get our fleets online and we start pushing... So basically there's 3 main stages of the game to unimport. The first stage is establishing your presence on Earth, which is what all of this horrendous border gore is. The second stage is, maybe stage 1.5, is getting into low Earth orbit, which is what this border gore looks like. I would say middle game is when you've established yourself on Earth, Venus, Mercury, and Mars. So the inner solar system, that's the middle game. And then the late game is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Mechamech, which is the alien superbase. That's kind of how I would stage the game. Also, I hope I didn't just blow anyone's mind by zooming out there. Because this is a big game. But we're getting ready to start annoying the servants and knock their space stations out of orbit, which will make a big difference. We only have 20 Frost books, Adam. Good luck everybody who's joining the Marines on their space mission. Okay, we need to get the rest of this turn sorted out. In terms of unrest, Nigeria is still pretty high, so I'm just going to spend a little bit more time on bringing unrest down in Nigeria.
We'll make things safe.
It's not that exciting.
Acknowledged.
Oh, we do need to find
I'm here.
someone to give this
I'm
space
here.
station to. And we still haven't found anybody to do that with. I'm looking for any agents in Humanity First territory. There's so much stuff in the solar system, yeah. This models quite a lot of it, and it doesn't really scratch the surface, if you're being completely honest about it. I'm looking for someone who might be Humanity First. Excuse me, sorry about that. Oh, I thought it was... Yeah, no, you did cock your rifle. I thought I'd miswritten that now. It's going to get busier as this campaign goes on as well. I love... Oh, look at this. What tanks do the Swiss have? That looks like an Abrams, actually. That's a shame. Oh, look at the little T-80. I like that they've got the correct tanks for... Well, not the correct tanks, but like appropriate tanks. I don't see anyone who could be a potential Humanity First agent, which is a problem. So let's have a look at who else we can investigate. Let's hit this person in Vietnam up and see if
Initiating surveillance.
might be a Humanity
Reporting
First
in.
agent. And then we'll just suppress unrest in Jordan.
We'll
And then
turn
we still
down
need
the
to wait 41 days. Who made it? Squall, Deliver versus Naughty Dog are the only people who made it back from the mission. But you successfully captured that space station. Congratulations, you're heroes. There'll be a parade for you when you get home. Well, the armies of Russia have conquered Uzbekistan, so they're just starting to
Making things
steamroll the
safe for our
world.
people.
Securing our control.
We've got some intel on our target.
South Korea has just built its first nuke. Not particularly Demonicus. We're actually in a really bad position where our best armies are in Australia and Japan, but because they are not landlocked, we can't actually send them to help our allies when they get attacked. It's a really bad situation. Yeah, the USSR is rebuilding. I think actually so
returning.
Okay, Hydrolux frag missiles are finished, but it's a bit late for that. I actually forgot that was being researched, and my big screen just fell over that I used for noise suppression, so that might have sounded a bit weird. I didn't make them super troopers. They're just volunteers. They're just volunteers. Okay, what do we want to research next? I really want to get the Caliphate. Research, but it's so much research to research. Probably the Southern Cross is also something I want to get done, which is massive. In order to take control of the seas around Japan and Australia, I'll show you what the problem is. When you're at war with an enemy nation, the game looks at that nation's naval score and adds it up with the naval score of all of its allies and compares that to the individual nation score of someone who's on their own. So, for example, Australia has a naval score of 4.2. If we have a look at India, India has a naval score of 3.8. If India and Australia got into a war, Australia has a higher maritime score. They would blockade India and they would have no way to get on the sea. The problem that we have is that India is allied with Russia. Whenever they get into a war, they team up, and Russia has a maritime score of 8.2, which gets added to the 3.8 of India, and it's just impossible for Australia to beat that. And Japan only has a 4.5. The only way for us to get that up, from what I understand, is down to how many navies we have attached to armies. So we need to put investment points into the build army priority here until they build an army. Then once they've built an army, we then have to build a navy. A new option will appear called Build Navy. We build the navy, and then we have to do that again and again and again and again and again to bring this number up. And it just is such a... Oh, thank you for the donation, AI. I didn't realize that had come through. I keep forgetting that Ko-Fi bot is here. Thank you so much for that donation. I'll need to check on that after the stream. But yeah, it's basically like this huge cycle that's going to take a really, really long time to do. I just don't think we've got the time to invest in it. We're leaving this planet behind. A reason the Caliphate would be good long term because it allows us to consolidate the Middle East. Yeah, you know what, T-Ram? I think you're right. Let's get the Caliphate done. Where is Caliphate? The Caliphate. This is one of our long-term projects for this campaign. You can't build boats, you don't have tanks to put on the boats. Exactly, because where are the tanks going to shoot from at the sea? You need to have a boat for them to sit on to shoot at. Why would you build a warship when you can just put tanks on top of a boat? I think I've just solved the Navy. I mean, it just seems obvious to me.
Violence is abating.
But we have no water. Advanced Nerva drives are now available for research. I have done a few military service technologies, but during earlier wars. Is there a mechanic to work on to break the alliance between India and Russia? Hang on, I've got another person I need to ban on Twitch. We'll just block them. I'm not even going to bother reporting them. So there is the mechanic is actually really difficult. The particular faction that controls Russia and India is the servants. If it was any other faction, we could subvert them and take them over and just break it up by changing the nations. But unfortunately, we can't do that with the servants. They get special technology and special bonuses to stop us basically undermining them that easily. So later in the game, we could either conquer them by sending our armies early and attacking them, or we could do guerrilla warfare and we could try and coup them. But at the moment, it's pretty difficult for us to do anything about them. Since tanks were originally naval guns and tractors, put them in boats, I think, is coming full circle. Yeah. It's because I'm a genius. I'm a naval space genius. That's what our spaceship should be as well. We should just put tanks on the spaceships. And then we can do land invasions at the same time. Okay, United Kingdom and the Academy... Okay, United Kingdom and Oman have ended their alliance. We need to protect the Gulf states, so we're going to do that first. Let's get Human on that.
Securing
You need to control all the surrounding nations and pressure from outside to take over certain countries. Yeah, it's really hard. I also noticed that USSR is starting to surround Kazakhstan, which is under our control, which will probably be a problem at some point. But right now, Kazakhstan absolutely loves us, which is great. The one thing that we have going for us is that people absolutely adore us, which is just fantastic. Right, this is a mission. I want to try and do something this turn, we're looking at, we don't have a huge amount of control points available, but I'm looking at Iraq here, and it's looking very vulnerable. So Iraq has 2 control points. They're worth 9, so we can say it's worth 10. We need 20 control points to take Iraq. We are 1 control point off. Can we get that? Okay, you can put your admin up. Is 20 admin the max? I thought it was 5. 25. Okay, good, it is. So that's got us up. That should actually put us in a decent enough place to take this. Is there anything good to grab here? Marigold Fund, Special Air Service would be nice. Nothing that particularly powerful. Getting you more investigation would be nice. Let's equip this. What else have we got? You've got a level up available as well. Your admin is maxed, so I'm going to leave that right now. We're going to get your espionage up. That's your goal right now. Get that espionage as high as possible. You've got to level up. We're going to keep putting your admin up as well. You've got terrible stuff here. We really need to work on your stuff later on. You don't have a level up. You don't have a level up. Okay. That's now gotten us 349 control point max, which is enough to take and hold Iraq. So we are now going to take and hold Iraq. So I'm going to send Jebediah in. Jebediah is going to crack down on the aristocracy control point in Iraq. So that's a 91% chance to succeed. And then we're going to send Blonde in to purge that control point. And we should be able to do the whole thing in 1 turn.
We're taking power.
Thaddeus is a bit of a noob. Look, Thaddeus does one thing well. He fights aliens, and he's been doing a good job at that. But he's a bit of a brick. he's a funny looking guy. But he's been doing a lot of work for us. He also does a lot of our diplomacy, which is very nice of him. Also, we're having a problem. It's costing us an absolute fortune to try and refuel this fleet. Basically, we have no water available right now because all of our water is going into ship construction, which, by the way, has only started on one of our ships, which means we cannot refuel the non-Exodus fleet until all those other fleets have gotten all their resources available. So they're kind of stranded there right now, and we also can't go to that space station right now. That is just plenty of diplomacy despite that 0 persuasion score. Exactly. He's got the secret. I don't know what the secret is, but he's got it. Well, let's do some work in Nigeria, and we'll also do some work in Jordan.
We'll turn down the heat.
That is kind of looks like Angela Merkel. Wow. Now, I don't know that's a bigger insult to, Thaddeus or Angela Merkel. We've got 26 days left until we can bring Jordan into Saudi Arabia. Let's confirm assignments for the turn and unpause. It was definitely see it. It was a one-way trip. They volunteered. They did volunteer for the one-way trip, but there is an opportunity for them to come back. We just can't afford it right now. Oh, do you see the lightning bolt that hit Earth there?
Things are stabilizing.
I think that was an alien ship transferring in.
Their key people.
Cool.
Violence is abating.
The armies of the European Union have conquered Georgia, but it may rise again. Pretty quiet turn.
Our people have taken control.
Oh, that's right. I had a non-aggression pact with... I forgot. Sorry, this makes me laugh. Maybe laugh, it makes me cough. I forgot I had a non-aggressive pact with the Resistance. So I just took a country from them, which voided the... he's saying violence is abating. Which just means that it's going down. So I just took this control point from the Resistance and abating, abating, and broke the non-aggression pact, which is yeah. There you go. What Leon just said. A little bit bad of me. I completely forgot that I had that non-aggression pact. I will give them a space station to make them my friends again very soon. I'm sure they'll forgive me. Okay, let's just continue taking this place over. So we're going to crack down this control point. Excuse me.
Going after their people.
We're going to
ready
for orders.
Ready to go.
Lots of issues. There we go. We're going to get you to purge it out.
Removing our enemies.
And that will be Iraq under our control. Violence is a baby is still a funny sentence. It is a funny sentence. God, this is just a mess, this world map. It is absolutely disgusting what's going on this planet. It's definitely not the ideal end point for a campaign, or the starting point for a campaign. Okay, how's Unrest doing? We've got 2.2 Unrest in Nigeria. Everywhere else is kind of doing okay. I just realized, did I set priorities in Jordan? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I want to set this to stabilize and grow. But I also want to put some... Oh, wow. They can't actually put... Are they at max mission control, or do they have no mission control at all? Can they not build any mission control? They've only got boost as an option here. We'll leave them on this option. Which will oppose your bringing agreement, have a space station. Yes, exactly. That's what we're going to do. Alright, let's bring down unrest in Nigeria then. Not a very exciting turn. We're kind of in a holding pattern right now.
At your service.
Your orders.
While we wait for our fleets to kind of come online. And that's kind of the big issue we've got right at the moment. It's just, there's not a lot we can do until that's done.
Safe.
Ready.
Human, can you just help with the unrest here, please?
Restoring order.
I think this is going to have to be the last turn of the stream, because it is unfortunately after midnight for me. And I played basketball earlier tonight, and I'm exhausted. Is this the new Noita upgrade? It could very well be, Eva. I found a weird wand, and now I'm trying to take control of space. Oh, we failed the crackdown.
Things are stabilizing.
Order is returning.
Okay, alien fleet just transferred to Earth. European Union has joined the United States of America-Mexico war. By the way, the United States has been at war with Mexico for about 5 years now, and Mexico are still holding on strong. They have not managed to lose to America yet, so well done, Mexico. I probably could do a user scientist, Nick. I'm really struggling. India has joined the Russia-Mongolia war against Mongolia.
If some ancient trace of
arrival law has been researched, I'm not going to let that play out. Italian partitions available for research. We don't care about that. There's Orcus, the is he the demonic god of orcs in
Our
D&D?
enemies are still in control.
Yeah, the purge failed because the crackdown failed. Did they defend that location? Yeah, that's where we failed. The asshole resistance actually put a defense mission in there. Damn it. Now we have to wait until 31st of January 2030 or try and crack our way through it, which I think we cannot
Ready for
do.
my mission.
If I try and crack down on here with max influence, it's a 62% chance of success, which isn't awful. It's higher than 50. We could give it a go, but that's something for next time. Because unfortunately, especially because it seems like this always happens as the stream gets busy. I spend the first hour and there's only like 10 or 15 of us. There's now 30 odd people here, and I'm really enjoying chatting away to everybody in chat. It's just, unfortunately, I have to go to bed. I wish I could stream for longer. I might try and do that in the future. When we get the times changed, which will be soon, I'm able to start an hour earlier, but for everyone else it'll be the same time, so I can go for an hour longer. But unfortunately, we didn't get any of our ships built this stream, but they are under construction. So just to quickly touch on that, 25 days we'll have our space pirates built in Mars orbit. 54 days until our first combat ship is done. One thing I haven't checked, and I just want to really quickly check, there's no other space stations in Mars orbit, right? It's still just us. It is still just us. Okay, that's good to know. But thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope you have a lovely day. I'm going to try and get you a Xenonauts and a High Fleet as soon as possible. Obligatory High Fleet is coming, and everyone asking where it is. But I really enjoy hanging out with you. More Alan Wake on Thursday. We will not be playing Alan Wake's a Nightmare. We'll be going straight on to Control. So if you're interested in Control, make sure to catch that stream. And I will see you all in the next video, next stream, whatever. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Thank you all for being awesome. And I will catch you in the next video, next time, whatever. I'm tired. I'll see you later, everybody. Have a good one. Ciao for now. Nebulous is definitely coming soon, Mr. Unimport. Don't worry about that.